and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, Jelena Mrdjenovich.
A little different situation, Ken, for Jelena Mrdjenovich. She is usually the last boxer introduced in the main event, but in this situation, because Melissa Hernandez is the current WBC featherweight champion, Mrdjenovich in the challenger position, so she comes into the ring first, really the first time ever that she's done that. Would this be something that would bother her?
Well, I don't really think so. I think that she's had like over 35 professional fights. I mean, she got a lot of experience. I don't think nothing's going to put her off. She wants her title back bad. I chatted with her at the gym 6 weeks ago. She was in good shape, and she said, you know, I want this title back, and I'm going to work my butt off and get in great shape, and I'm going to do it.
Well, one thing that I really liked about Jelena Mrdjenovich at the press conference prior to the big fight was the fact that she wasn't saying what she was going to do in the ring. She wasn't talking about, you know, you know, trying to basically make this into something that it isn't. She was very businesslike and very professional, and she was not saying, hey, I'm looking forward to the next fight after this. It was just very, very businesslike, and she seems that way here this evening. Back to Dean Panis.
And her opponent, Melissa Hernandez.
Well, Melissa Hurricane Shark Hernandez is known throughout the world as one of the best boxers in the female divisions. It doesn't matter where you look. Melissa Hernandez is known as one of the best. She is a great boxer, Ken. She possesses great punching power. As you can tell, she's an entertainer. She loves to impress her fans. There is no question that she has certainly impressed the camp of Jelena Mrdjenovich, because she has beaten Jelena 2 straight times. And she wants to do it a 3rd time. She says it's very important for her to do this. And she also says she is in the best shape of her life.
Well, I think she's really going to have to be. I know Jelena's in great shape for this one. One thing I like about Hernandez, she comes in real nice and loose and relaxed, very, very confident, really, really good mover, knows the ring inside out. I mean, it's going to take a really, really smart fight of Jelena and a good conditioning from Jelena to wrestle this title fight away.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World. Hernandez 33, Mrdjenovich 30. Mrdjenovich does have that height advantage. We've talked about that before on the previous telecasts when these two have fought. Will Jelena Mrdjenovich use that to her advantage?
KO Boxing, in association with Independent Jewelers, is proud to present the main event of the evening, scheduled for 10 rounds, and is for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World. WBC President is Jose Solomon. Representing the WBC this evening is Female Championship Chairman Mr. Ed Pearson. This championship bout is sanctioned by the Edmonton Combative Sports Commission under the direction of Chairman Van Ionides. Representing this commission this evening is Executive Director Mr. Pat Reed. The man in charge of this championship bout when the bell rings is your referee, Mr. Len Koivisto. And now for the fans watching coast to coast on Sportsnet, and for everybody in attendance at the sold-out Shaw Conference Center in downtown Edmonton, there's only one thing left to ask. Are you ready? Introducing first the challenger to my left in the red corner. She weighed in at 126.4 pounds. She comes in wearing the gold and black trunks. She has a professional boxing record of 28 victories, 9 losses, and 1 draw. She is the former WIBF champion of the world. She is the former WIBA champion of the world. She is the former WBC champion of the world. And most importantly, she is proud to be from Edmonton, Alberta, Jelena Mrdjenovich. And introducing the champion to my right in the red corner, She weighed in at 123 pounds even. She is wearing the red, white, and blue trunks. She comes in with a professional boxing record of 18 victories, 3 losses, and 3 draws. From Miami, Florida, she is the current WBC featherweight champion of the world, Melissa Hurricane Shark Hernandez.
Good evening, ladies. Both these trunks are good. Keep all your punches above the belt line. It's a world championship contest. Respect the rules, follow my instructions, and above all else, you must actively protect yourself at all times. If you're going to touch gloves, do it now. Come out ready to fight at the bell.
That is our WBC official referee, Len Koivisto, who will be in charge of this WBC featherweight championship. Jelena Mrdjenovich has never beaten Melissa Hurricane Shark Hernandez. Hernandez looking for 3 straight wins against the 5-time world champ. And Ken Lacusta, absolutely no doubt in Jelena Mrdjenovich's mind that she wanted this fight. She said after the last loss to Hernandez that she was not herself, that she was not really ready to win the fight. She says she wants to win it tonight.
Well, I chatted with her 6 weeks prior to this fight at the gym. She was really in heavy train at that point. I know she's in great shape. What she's got to do is she's taller. She's got to put her jab to good use, and she's got to try and keep this really well-moved, well-rounded fighter at bay with her jab and see what she'll give her after that.
You can see already that Mrdjenovich is doing what she did actually in the second fight, Ken, was that she was aggressive. She wants to be aggressive, and she wants to throw a lot of jabs to try to keep Hernandez at bay. Hernandez is shorter, and Hernandez needs to get inside, and that's what Hernandez was able to do so well against Mrdjenovich in that second fight, Ken, where her defense was excellent, and I think it was the fact that Mrdjenovich had a tough time hitting Hernandez, who is very slippery.
Well, she's very slippery, knows her way around the ring real well. So when you fight someone like this, you don't try and jab hard, you try and jab fast with good balance and bring your legs in with you. You got to come with yourself. And if you don't, you're reaching. And when you reach against Hurricane Hernandez, she comes back and counterpunches you. Anytime tonight, if you ever see Jelena reaching, she's going to get counterpunched.
Hernandez moving out of the way right there, watching every punch that Mrdjenovich throws.
See, Mrdjenovich, when she gets inside there, it doesn't look like much, but she hits to the body hard, and that really seems to offset this this girl early in this fight already. She doesn't like it already.
Good first round for both boxers. Don't go away. The WBC Featherweight Championship of the World continues after this. Welcome back. It is a beautiful night here in Edmonton, Alberta. The WBC Featherweight Championship of the World on the line tonight. Champion Melissa Hernandez taking on challenger Jelena Mrdjenovich out of Edmonton. Third time that these two ladies have fought, Ken, and we are expecting explosiveness out of Jelena Mrdjenovich. She has lost twice in a row to Hernandez, and there's Hernandez doing what she has always done well with that good counter action. But Jelena Mrdjenovich has something to prove here tonight.
What I like already about Jelena, a little lighter on her feet, starting out with a jab, keeping her hands up, using her jab first. She's got to continue that. She's got to take, and she is fighting the southpaw, but establish a bit of a jab. I know it's hard against the southpaw, but you still got to keep that jab in her face. She's shorter than you are. Keep the jab in her face until the right hands are going to start to connect on a southpaw.
You can see how in tight that Hernandez is fighting. She wants to stay in tight so she can get those points from the judges' scorecards, and Mrdjenovich has to counter. She has to make sure that she can get her shots away, and boy, Jelena just missing with a huge right hand right there as she smiles at Hernandez.
One thing about Jelena, big puncher. See, a lot of these punches, when they get in close and they tie up, Jelena starts hitting them to the sides of the body. Those punches will take their toll as the fight progresses, and Jelena's smart to continue doing that.
Hernandez is very aware of the punching power of Mrdjenovich, and that is why she tries to use the ring to her advantage. And every time Jelena goes to try to throw some big punches, Hernandez is always trying to walk away. So referee Len Koivisto having to step in there. And there's Hernandez trying to get inside again on Mrdjenovich. Mrdjenovich just backs off a bit, uses that reach to her advantage. A couple of good shots there. And now it looks like, I didn't even see it, Ken, but Mrdjenovich has been caught with a headbutt. She's got a nasty gash over her left eye, and it is really bleeding, Kenny. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, yeah, you can see right there that Hernandez leading in with her head, Ken, and that obviously resulted in that huge gash over Mrdjenovich's eye.
Well, the thing about her leaning in like that, it looks like she's not even throwing a punch. She just leans in with her head right here, and the punch never comes. Just the head comes. So that shows me that she might have just tried to do that on purpose to hit her with her head because she didn't throw the punch.
Well, I think you could see on the face of Hernandez, she was disappointed, I think, that the headbutt had occurred and probably felt bad because of it. But the corner of Jelena Mrdjenovich really going to work. That I had a good look at that gash as she walked back, and it is flowing in blood. Let's once again take a look, and you'll see Hernandez lead in with her head, not even attempting to throw a punch, Ken. And you're right, I think that when you see it in slow motion, you would almost think that maybe it was intentional. Hard to say. It's
well,
just
she's not punching. See, as you see, her head, as this happens, watch this. She don't throw the punch. She throws the head there, and the punch doesn't even come. So it looks to me more and more as I watch this replay like that was an intentional headbutt.
Well, Mrdjenovich has been patched up somewhat, but blood still streaming out of that cut. And now Melissa Hernandez, you can see just by the look on her face, she obviously feels, I think that she feels bad, Ken. I don't think it was intentional. They've fought numerous times, and this is a little different situation for Hernandez. I think she wants to beat Jelena Mrdjenovich fair and square. And the blood is just flowing from the face, Ken, and basically in WBC rules, it basically states that they have to go through 4 rounds before they go through to the scorecard. So for Jelena Mrdjenovich at this point in time, if she cannot continue, the fight will be declared a draw.
Well, yes, if they don't go 4 rounds, then it's a draw. But I just want to tell everybody that's watching, when you get head-butted like this, and you're bleeding like that, it only takes about 5 or 6 times as much guts to continue on the way Jelena's fighting now. You don't know how bad you're cut. It's a gamble with your face. It takes a lot of guts to do what Jelena's doing now, and I really got to tip my hat to her. When you're bleeding like that, it's happened to me before when I used to fight, and when that happens, boy, you really got to dig down. You got to dig down and really fight then, and she's really doing that right now.
I think the other thing, too, is that what people don't realize is that as your opponent is going to be focusing in on that cut, too, Ken, and I know Hernandez wants to hit Mrdjenovich in the temple as many times as she can to open it up even more.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, this has really picked this fight up.
Good right hand, too, Kenny, by Mrdjenovich right there. These two ladies going toe-to-toe with blood spattering all over the place as final seconds count down in round number 3. Oh, my God, Jelena Mrdjenovich looking like she's in a horror movie where she has been sliced and diced. Blood just streaming big time. They got to call a doctor and to take a look at this. I'm afraid, Kenny, that this fight could be over.
Well, there's so much blood. I mean, even for Jelena, I don't know how she can continue with a cut this bad. I mean, it looks really, the amount of guts it's going to take to continue, very few people in the whole world can do that.
You can hear Jelena Mrdjenovich talking to the doctor saying, let me continue, let me continue. She does not want this thing to stop. If it does stop, it will be a draw no matter what. The belt will remain in the hands. And there you see right there, Hurricane Shark going toe-to-toe with Mrdjenovich. Mrdjenovich not giving up anything, Ken. You gotta love this. These two ladies going toe-to-toe. This could be one of the best fights of the year. Back with more. Don't go away, folks. Alberta for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World. Jelena Mrdjenovich getting headbutt in round number 2 by Melissa Hurricane Shark Hernandez. Kennedy Acosta, how do you got it so far heading into round 4?
Well, certainly the cuts picked up this fight. There's way more pressure, way more punches thrown. I've got Jelena ahead, 30-28. I've got her 2 rounds to 1. Really good showing for her so far, and now because of the cut she's really picked up the pace, and that's exactly what she has to do against Hernandez.
We almost seen an urgency from Jelena when she knew that she was cut the way that she was, that she needed to pick it up. She also is aware of the fact that if they do not finish this round, the 4th round, it will be a draw no matter what. You can tell as far as Jelena's concerned, she wants this thing to continue. She's already told the doctor once already, Ken, that she wants to continue. She does not want this thing to end.
No, she really doesn't want this thing to end. As a matter of fact, it's done quite the opposite. It's lit a fire underneath Jelena Mrdjenovich. She's now putting more heat on, throwing more punches, and this is exactly what's going to be in her favor. Now she can start exchanging and get into this fight a lot earlier than what she does on normal basis, because normally she just sits back and she taps away with that jab. This time she's into this fight, and she's throwing left hooks. She's going to the body and really keeping a lot of pressure on Hernandez.
I even wonder, Ken, if she can even see out of that left eye with all that blood streaming down. It's got to be difficult. You've been there before where you've been cut and stuff like that. Once the blood gets in your eye, it really clogs everything up.
Well, it certainly does. And I mean, it takes a lot of guts to fight when you have a cut as bad as Jelena does right now. She doesn't know how bad it is. We know it's real bad, but she's just pushing right through. She's coming after. She's throwing punches. She's initiating the fight. She's not backing up an inch, and that's exactly what she's going to have to do if she wants to win this fight.
Seconds to go here in round number 4. The blood is pouring out of that cut as Hernandez throws a jab and gets the cut right on the button. And this is incredible, folks. Jelena Mrdjenovich has gone 4 rounds, 3 straight rounds with a massive cut as we take a look at some of the action. And Mrdjenovich with the blood flowing down. This is early in round number 4. The corner doing a good job of trying to stop the blood flow, but you can tell that there is no question Hernandez is working on that cut, Ken, and who wouldn't? It's a great strategy.
So I'll give you one more round if you want to keep fighting.
Oh boy, there you go, Kenny. Referee Len Koivisto saying one more round. He's going to give Mrdjenovich one more round before he calls the fight. So this is really big for Jelena Mrdjenovich, because after this we go to the judges' scorecards.
I think that just going to pick it up even more than what we've seen in the past. Good that the referee keeps in touch with her like that, but that's got to light a little bit of a fire under Jelena. Jelena wants to get in as many shots as she possibly can, that's for sure.
Well, we heard also from the corner of Hernandez, they wanted her to attack the cut, and she did so right off the bat. The blood just furiously coming out of the gash of Mrdjenovich. Every punch that hits her head, the blood splatters all over the ring here at the Shaw Conference Center. Mrdjenovich not even showing us that she's even cut. She doesn't, I'm sure that in her mindset, Ken, she doesn't even feel that she's been cut. She just wants to attack Hernandez, and she's very, very aggressive.
Well, she certainly is, and she's got a real fighter's heart, that's for sure. And she hurt Hernandez with the
there's a shot right there, and Hernandez goes down. I'm not sure if it was a slip. It is called a slip by referee Len Koivisto. Not a knockdown, a slip.
Well, she caught her about 15 seconds before that with a really good left hook. It really shook Hernandez up a bit. But I guess when that punch occurred, it wasn't a punch, it was more of a slip.
The red, bloodied face of Jelena Mrdjenovich taking some shots. Mrdjenovich manhandling Hernandez again. She comes back, and Hernandez is backing up, Kenny. Jelena Mrdjenovich feeling a sense of urgency that she needs to be aggressive, and she is really trying her best to attack Hernandez, but now we have to stop again.
Well, it's unbelievable that they're stopping it this many times, because, I mean, the doctor, I'm sure, will make a decision shortly, but, I mean, there's so much blood that I don't think they can do anything but But either let her go or stop this thing.
And there you see some of the hard work by both boxers, and Mrdjenovich just out-muscled Hernandez, throwing her to the canvas, so that was not a knockdown. Everything's still okay in the doctor's eyes as far as Jelena Mrdjenovich is concerned. And here we go again. Mrdjenovich throwing some big shots. Hernandez with a wild right hand. And Mrdjenovich going, oh, big left hook, and down goes Hernandez.
Well, that was and this started early with a good left hook.
That is a knockdown, Kenny. Jelena Mrdjenovich with a huge 2-point round. Don't go away. More boxing in just a moment.
You need to work on the cut. Keep banging it.
Well, they're saying it wasn't a knockdown. Let's really take a look at this, Ken LaCusta. By that camera vantage point, it definitely looks like it's a knockdown. But let's look at the other vantage point. And I think we're going to see right here that it's actually a slip as Hernandez takes her foot and not even touches the canvas. It's almost like she just fell on her rear end due to the amount of punching that was going on, and what appeared to be a knockdown really wasn't, but Jelena Mrdjenovich will take it.
Well, yeah, it was a slip. It definitely a slip. When you see the heat of the moment, it looked like a punch, but when we see the replay, it was a slip.
And with so much blood on the canvas, too, that could have precipitated that as well. Now Jelena Mrdjenovich coming out. We were expecting this fight to end after 5 rounds due to the cut, but now both boxers going toe-to-toe. Jelena Mrdjenovich, again, continuing her aggressive nature, and she needs to, because the blood continues to stream down her face, and I'm really sure, Ken, at this point in time, she cannot see out of that left eye.
Well, this Hernandez, what a very good fighter. So Jelena's fighting a good fight by staying on her like this, is keeping all them weapons Hernandez got at bay, backing her up, staying on her, because Jelena can punch with either hand. So that's really, right now it's a benefit for Jelena to be on her case right now and throwing punches, because she's getting some really good shots in.
Wow, Jelena's face is completely covered in blood, folks. This is going down as one of the almost a St. Valentine's Day massacre with the amount of blood that's coming out of the forehead of Mrdjenovich, but she continues to pursue the world champion, the WBC featherweight champion of the world, Melissa Hurricane Shark Hernandez. And Hernandez has even got to be wondering to herself, how does Jelena do this?
How does she keep going? She's all blood all over her face. Keeps going. It's unbelievable. And this really shows you the fight that Jelena has in her. She really has a lot of fighters. She's got a fighter's heart. She's one of the toughest that you'll see, male or female.
Great shot right there by Hernandez, working on that cut. And those cornrows too, folks. Both the ladies get their hair done in those cornrows, and Hernandez knows that if she has the opportunity, she'll brush those cornrows into that cut and open it up even further.
See this round here, both girls connecting with good shots. Very even round, even right to the very end.
We're done 6. It's an amazing fight. Don't go away. Beautiful Edmonton, Alberta, the WBC Featherweight Championship of the world on the line here tonight. We have got the doctor in the red corner, Jelena Mrdjenovich's corner, and we have been told here at ringside that the fight is over, and you can see right there the emotion is streaming out of the eyes of Jelena Mrdjenovich. She is crying in her corner, and even Melissa Hurricane Shark Hernandez is very upset that this fight is not going to continue. You can hear right there Ken LaCusta, Melissa Hurricane Shark Hernandez saying that I did not mean to headbutt you in the second round, and that's when everything took a turn for the worse as far as blood is concerned in this fight for Jelena Mrdjenovich, Kenny, because it all started in the second round here tonight at the Shaw Conference Center. Mrdjenovich and Hurricane Shark Hernandez going toe-to-toe in round number 2. But watch, Ken, as Hernandez leads with her head, and that causes that massive gash.
Well, if it wasn't on purpose, then it was a very, very inexcusable headbutt, because, I mean, she don't even throw the left hook here. She just kind of touches her glove with it. So if you're intent to throw the punch, at least we'd have seen the punch, but we don't even see the punch. All we see is the lunge in with the head. And I can't say what's going on in their mind, but to watching it just openly, I'd say that that was, you know, very, I don't know, just flagrant headbutt.
Let's go to your scorecard. How do you have it, Ken?
Well, right now I got it 60-57 for Jelena, being the aggressor, pushing her back the whole way. That's what I got it at.
Well, we are waiting for the official results. Melissa Hurricane Shark Hernandez, the WBC featherweight champion of the world. Will she keep her belt, or will she lose it to that lady, Jelena Mrdjenovich?
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get our official decision, for a night that you will never forget, let's give it up to these two ladies. Due to an accidental headbutt after 6 rounds of incredible boxing action, we go to the judges for a decision. John Brack scores it 58-55. Joel Scobie scores it 57-56. And Judge Brian Giesbrecht scores it 58-55. All for your winner by unanimous decision. And the new WBC featherweight champion of the world, Jelena Mrdjenovich.
Okay, I'm here with 5-time, now 6-time world champion, Jelena Mrdjenovich. Jelena, I've had the opportunity, it's kind of tough for me because I'm getting emotional here because I've had the opportunity to see you box so many times. To have what happened to you tonight in the most bloodiest fight, this entire ring is covered in your blood. Tell me what you thought after the headbutt and how you recovered to continue fighting.
Listen, I want to thank Melissa so much for giving me this opportunity and putting on a hell of a fight. You know what? I'm no longer pretty thanks to the Hernandez corners. So thank you very much, and I really appreciate it. You guys in Edmonton, you've been behind me every single fight, and I can't ask for a better hometown crowd. Thank you so much. Through tears and blood and damn near wars, you guys have been behind me, and I want to thank you for that. I want to thank a couple people. Crystal Glass for being behind me. KO Boxing, because they're amazing. Milan, who's forever in my shoulders. And I want to thank Shara and River Valley Health. And I want to thank Melissa and you know, that cut, I did not want to stop this fight. I didn't train for a cut. I trained to go 10 rounds of war with Melissa. And cuts happen, and it's the nasty part of the business. As you can see, it's obviously a bad cut. We've been working on it. It's still bleeding. But thank you, Melissa, for putting on a war and being amazing. And thank you, Edmonton, for supporting me yet again through one of my defeats.
Melissa Hernandez is like almost Canada's second favorite daughter because she has fought here so many times. Melissa, tell me about the game plan going in. I know we talked at the press conference. You had told me that you were not planning on really boxing, but you were fully prepared to get into a slugfest with Jelena, and you did that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's always, Jelena's probably one of the hardest punchers in the women's game. So, you know, when we came out, I saw that, you know, that anger in her face, that real champ. So I boxed at first, and then, you know, why not go toe-to-toe? The cut really made a huge difference, you know, because at the end of the day, it's my friend.
Did you feel that after the headbutt and she saw her own blood that she got more aggressive, or was it just she kept her pace, nothing really changed?
No, she went for the kill. You know, that's the way Jelena's made. She saw her own blood, and it was almost like me smelling blood. She just went for the kill. You know, I guess the only gripe that I have is the knockdown. You know, I've never been knocked down, and it's probably the only thing that I'm really...
Was it a knockdown as far as you were concerned, or did you slip?
No, I slipped, and, you know, she pushed me. That's what it is. You know, it's boxing, but that's the only thing. You know, I lost the title, but it was to the friend that I won it from. So it's just, you know, little things in boxing, like a knockdown, it's not a knockdown. And I wish the cut would have not happened, because we were ready. You know, me and Jelena trained 9 weeks. So why the hell not, you know?
I know you told me that you were in the best shape of your life. This was a huge fight for you, despite the fact that you had beaten Jelena twice before. Would you do it again?
You know what? I never wanted to fight her again, but you know what? To keep it in the Jelena spirit, yeah, let's do it a 4th time.
Jelena, I want to get Jelena Mrdjenovich back in here. She's dealing with some of the other media, but Jelena, please come back. Jelena, I want you to talk about training camp. I know the last time that you had fought Melissa, you were disappointed. You had said to me that it wasn't your night as a professional boxer. You were out to prove something tonight. Definitely, I know that you were more aggressive. You wanted to be the Jelena that we saw with the big knockouts against Garula and others.
Oh, well, Melissa's, she's a tough one to hit, first of all. And then second of all, she's legit. She's a world champion, and we don't go down easy, that's for sure. So that's the reason why we're world champions. And, you know, I wanted to come out. I just wanted to put on a good fight for everyone here, and a good fight with Melissa, because, you know what, last time I wasn't me, and this time, you know, nobody wanted this to happen. We wanted a good 10 rounds of war. So I'm disappointed because of the cut, but at the end of the day, it happens. It's boxing.
I know Melissa said she would do one more. If the fans across North America wanted one more, would you do it?
Absolutely. I fight anybody, anytime. I don't know. We're friends, but beyond that, we want to put on good fights for women boxing, and this is it.
Well, it's exactly the same thing that I said at the press conference. Melissa Hernandez, Jelena Mrdjenovich, you are both world champions in everybody's book in the world of boxing. Congratulations to the both of you. A fantastic fight by both. Ladies and gentlemen, Jelena Mrdjenovich, now a 6-time world champion, as she holds the WBC belt. Double Jeopardy has been a presentation